We will be demonstrating how to implement the Sentence Production Program for Aphasia, also known as SPPA. Our client presents with moderate Broca's aphasia, characterized by agrammatism and short 1 to 3 word utterances. Her cognition, attention, and memory are all intact. She is accompanied to therapy today by her spouse.
I'll be working with you and your spouse today, and what we're going to be working on is something called Sentence Production Program for Aphasia, also known as SPPA, and what that aims to do is it aims to improve agrammatic speech, and it aims to gradually increase the complexity of your sentences. So what we're going to do is I have a few pictures for you, and you just want to make sure that you're listening, because I'm going to tell you a few stories about each, and then there are just going to be a few prompts for you to answer. And our first picture will be this one right here. Nick's school bus arrives in 15 minutes, and Nick is still asleep. So his mother tells him, "Wake up." What does his mother say?
Wake up.
Nick's school bus arrives in 15 minutes, and he is still asleep. So what does his mother tell him to do?
Wake up.
Our next picture will be this one right here. Billy wants to go play before he finishes his supper. So his mother says, "Drink your milk." What does his mother say?
Drink milk.
Billy wants to go play before he finishes his supper. So what does his mother tell him to do?
Drink milk.
Next picture will be this one down here. Paul sees that his wife has turned on the TV. So he asks, "What are you watching?" What does he ask?
Man, couch, TV.
We're just going to go on to the next one. And our next picture will be this one right here. Angela asks her husband to help clean the house because they're having company. Frank asks who is coming. What does Frank ask?
Who is coming?
Angela asks her husband to help clean the house because they're having company. So what does Frank ask?
Who is coming?
Our next picture will be this one. Paul and Mary have just finished hiking when Paul experiences chest pains. Mary runs to the park ranger's booth and asks, "Where's the hospital?" What does Mary ask?
Where hospital?
We're going to go down to this picture right here. Charles and Jenny are on a long flight. After many hours, Jenny asks, when are we landing? What does she ask?
When landing?
Our next picture will be this one right here. When people ask Jenny what she does for a living, she says, "I teach school." What does she say?
I teach school.
Very good. When people ask Jenny what she does for a living, what does she say?
I teach school.
All right, our next picture will be this one right here. When Charles goes to the Y, he swims. What does Charles do when he goes to the Y?
He swims.
Very good. When he goes to the Y, what does Charles do?
He swims.
And our next picture will be this one right here. Shauna always beats Billy at one-on-one basketball because she's taller. Why does Shauna beat Billy at basketball?
She is taller.
Very good. Why does Shauna always beat Billy at basketball? It's because
she is taller.
For our last one, we'll use this picture right here. Mary is reading a book with tears in her eyes. So Paul asks, "Is it sad?" What does he ask?
Is it sad?
Mary is reading a book with tears in her eyes. So what does Paul ask?
Is it sad?
Very good. You did a wonderful job today. You worked really hard. This is going to be what our typical sessions look like for SPPA. We're going to keep working on the different sentence types. There are 8 different sentence types, and we'll keep working on them until you reach mastery, which should be about at least 13 out of 15 of the sentence types. Do you have any questions for me?
How time-consuming is the overall program or therapy?
Well, there's no prescriptive deadline or number of sessions it takes to improve, but as of right now, we have you set up for 1-hour sessions twice a week, and we're going to just keep working with your spouse as much as possible, as much as we need to get them where they need to be.
Is there anything I could do at home?
I think you're doing a wonderful job. I think the most important thing is for the caregiver to be really involved in treatment, so we always welcome you to come. And I think just staying positive and being patient. The road to recovery is sometimes long, but I think you'll see a lot of improvements, and sometimes they come in different forms than just language. But I think just staying positive and just staying patient.
I think you did great.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.